What on earth was I doing at Barnet Football Club at 7 o'clock in the morning? I felt like a right weirdo. But the thing is, when this nut job from the Free Kicks Foundation asked me if I wanted to join their Roads to Wembley fundraiser, I said, You want me to walk 70 miles? F off. But then I started thinking about all the stuff they do, providing football-related activities for ill, bereaved and disadvantaged children to give them a day out to remember their favourite football club. I had to do it, didn't I? I've got to do it, haven't I? Why are you pulling that face? I don't know, actually. Sorry about that. So here we were, 7 a.m, Barnet Football Club. A bunch of brave nut jobs about to embark on a 70-mile walk to Wembley via every single London football club.
Was that it? Was that the big start?
I'll race it.
It was hardly a grandstand start, but this was it. The beginning of an odyssey, or an oddity.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lolly.
I never thought I'd walk 8 odd miles to get to this pit. Welcome to Arsenal.
Soulless, no atmosphere. Like match days were here.
Take us through every one of your limbs and its current status.
Feet sore, legs nearly sore, torso all right at the moment, head sore in the morning.
Breasts?
Big.
Why is it that you're running it instead of walking?
Not entirely sure. I thought it'd be amusing.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road.
Our second leg to White Hart Lane was hit by a deluge. Yes, Mum, a deluge.
How's team morale?
To no one name, not even mine.
And it weren't much better when we got there.
Spurs are just dissed us. They're not letting us in.
Why is that?
Because there's nobody about, there's no security about to let us in.
Gutted, absolutely gutted.
I think he was a little bit gutted.
Try and muster something of a cheer.
Give me hope that help is coming.
And then when the rain hit the journey from Spurs to Orient, we had to resort to sheltering in blocks of flats.
It's raining hard.
Where are we now?
Somebody's house.
But with our schedule massively off course, we had no option but to kit up in the Spurs store.
You've had to submit.
That's not good.
Submit to the greater force.
And hit the wet pavement.
Well, you know, they said the end of the world was going to be Saturday. I think they got it about 3 or 4 days late. Wet, cold, miserable. I hope the kids enjoy their money.
I've never been so happy to see Brisbane Road in my life. And so off we trotted, with Steve walking like he'd had a prolapse sphincter to West Ham.
What's happened?
We're just discussing which way to go.
Lost?
No. No, we never lost.
We're completely lost,
No,
aren't we?
we're not lost.
We're in bushes.
No, we're not. We're in a lovely garden. Look at these gardens.
Yeah, someone's garden.
Yeah. Someone's backyard. It's a lovely backyard.
Day one drew to a close lost, and with some of the squad limping like old tarts.
When day is done and shadows fall, I dream of you.
Day one over.
Yeah, day one's
Tell me
over.
about it.
West Ham. Well, it's the wettest I've been in a long time. That rain back there between Spurs and Orient was absolutely unbelievable. Incessant rain for, 4 miles?
Arriving at West Ham, still flying their Premiership flag, you're having a laugh. We'd wondered whether we'd bitten off more than we could chew.
Won't go love, I know love.
And I'm pretty sure I've got some chafing.
Oh,
But
okay,
that's
let's
just
not put that on camera.
It's just the downside of having a big knob.
Day 2. I meet the team at Dagenham and Redbridge, where blisters had taken control.
Not only feeling good, I'm looking good.
Yeah.
And welcome to the urban paradise that is Dagenham and Redbridge.
It looks like my old school. I thought we had signs in this building at one point.
Well, what's my name? Well, what's my name? I don't know.
We had to keep moving. It was, after all, 9.34 miles to Charlton. Do me a favour. Straight away down the picturesque A13. Blimey, who needs to go abroad on holiday when you got this? I'm coming back next year. Over the river on the beautiful Woolwich ferry and wallop the valley.
Lovely ground, isn't it, for League One?
Ooh. How many miles is it now? You're the official adjudicator.
I think we're doing about 37 miles.
It's 37?
Right, I've got something going on.
Yes,
Have you?
I've got something going on in my right foot.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know what until I get the old shoe off when we get down the
I'd
pub.
suggest not taking it off.
Right, come on then, Goonies. Off to Millwall. Via Greenwich and straight into the Lion's Den.
I want to see some sort of misery out of you because you're
Some
always just
misery?
all right.
No
Are you putting a
misery
brave
yet.
face on?
No. I had a bit of a dip in the KFC.
Massive world of pain, mate. I don't think my left knee's going to last, but I'll keep going.
After daubing my team on the dugout bench and leaving some bodies strewn in reception, we headed out for the last leg of the day.
How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
East End boys and West End girls.
Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, do you get it? If so, how often? Which you
The
choose?
first glimpse of floodlight. How relieved are you to see that?
Very.
Is it painful now? Yes. 52 miles.
Yeah.
Relieved?
What do you think? It's the chase marks. That's what's giving the game
Can you
away.
show us? And what's on the agenda now?
Beer.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long. Just turn around. I'm gone again.
Day 3, we're knackered and we're back at Palace for the last 20 odd miles.
Well, limbs.
I'm a 24-year-old with an 80-year-old's body. Couldn't put my socks on, couldn't put my trousers on. It's a bit of a mess, really.
It was a glimpse into the future. Did you soil yourself?
I got really close.
On the way to Chelsea, we get our first sighting of Wembley in the far distance. Or was it actually just a roundabout thing and not Wembley at all?
Gutted. I built my hopes on that being Wembley. You heard all the chanting back there. We were over the moon, and it's just been ripped away from us.
And before we knew it, we're back over the bridge to a Stamford one. Welcome to Chelsea.
Woke up, it was a Chelsea morning, and the first thing that...
So where have you been?
It's hospital.
You've been to hospital?
What for? Oh, saw it, pulled it in.
And what did they say?
Really?
Yeah.
What's the response? What is the diagnosis?
They told me I was putting it on to send me out again.
Next stop, Fulham. And despite a legendary footballer on show, all everybody seemed to be interested in was that ridiculous Michael Jackson statue. and so on to QPR. We could smell Wembley. Another dash to Brentford, where Fuller's gave us free beer at the Griffin.
Drinking in the morning sun. Drinking in the morning sun.
And we were on the last stretch. And there it was, Wembley.
Yeah, heavy like a loaded gun. What may be
Emotional, like I said I would be.
Do you actually feel emotional?
No.
Oh, come on!
Oh, a little bit then, a little bit.
A little bit. You said
It's the end of a journey.
Great effort by the team. Just sad I couldn't join you for the last bit.
Yeah, pathetic, really.
Yeah, pathetic. I'm proud of everyone who has completed it. There's been emotional all the way. There's been injuries, there's been downpours.
Yeah, I'm a bit, yeah.
You must be a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. 75 miles. You know, it's cliche really, every step has helped little kids really.
throw those curtains wide. One day like this a year it'd see me right. Throw those curtains wide. One day like this a year it'd see me right.